the women's 1500 metres, and in this, the world record holder, Dibaba.
Genzebe Dibaba, desperate to add a senior outdoor title to her list of accolades. That world record, absolutely sensational in Monaco. Sifan Hassan is a hugely talented athlete. She joins her compatriot, but under the flag of the Netherlands. She ran brilliantly for second in Monaco, and she's got a great attitude to top-level competition. She went with Dibaba on world record pace. She said, I don't run to finish second, I run to win, and I'll deal with the consequences if I go too hard too early. Jenny Simpson won this title in Daegu and got a silver 2 years ago. Dawit Siyum is the other Ethiopian in the race. So young, only 19 years of age. There is Jenny Simpson, world champion. 4 years ago, won the Eugene and Rome Diamond League. She's a great racer.
She's a very, very good tactician, and that's why she's done so well at these world championships. She can, if she gets in the right race, do damage if it's a slow race.
Aiming to become only the second athlete behind Bull Merker to win 3 medals at successive editions. Dawit Siyum going through shots, so too Shannon Robury. Got a bronze way back in 2009, and she's in good form. This is the defending champion and the reigning world indoor champion, Abeba Aragawi, but she hasn't been in great form this season, only 4th in Oslo and Eugene. A mixed campaign in 2015 by her own standards. Can she find the magic that took her to the title 2 years ago? Sifan Hassan represented Ethiopia until 2013, European champion. Second fastest in the world this year, but even so, almost 6 seconds slower than Dibaba in Monaco. 2 Moroccans, Arafi and Akaui. And this is the rock star of this event for 2015, Genzebe Dibaba. She won in Eugene, Oslo and Paris over the 5,000 metres. She's highly decorated indoors and as a junior, but is desperate for her first senior outdoor track title. Dibaba, the overwhelming favourite in this women's 1500 metres. Will it be fast from the start? Or will Dibaba just tuck in, safe in the knowledge she can outstrip every single one of the women in this race in the closing stages if it's slow? The women's 1500 metre final. How will this be run? Well, the answer to the first part of that question, Sifan Hassan has gone straight to the back, and so too Genzebe Dibaba, and there's a little bit of tripping going on there. It was Tomaszova on the inside clipping the heels of Shannon Robury. Tomaszova's won this twice, but that was a long time ago in 2003 and 2005. And it's Robury and Simpson at the front, but it's all at a canter. They're running way, way within themselves here.
Yeah, they are. I think what's happened is they realise they can't run someone like Dibaba off her feet. So why even bother? What they're trying to do now is just take it easy and hope that it's going to be a last lap finish where they might be a chance of maybe out-sprinting her. But that's gambling, isn't it? It's gambling heavily on the fact that you've got the speed in your legs.
Robury and Simpson in first and second. Aragawi, the defending champions, in fourth. We haven't made much mention of Faith Kipyegon yet. She's the Commonwealth champion. The Kenyan just running in the middle of the field. Genzebe Dibaba not interested in this pace at the moment. It's so slow. But as Steve said, if you're up against someone who can run 350.07, how else do you try and beat her? 67 seconds, so slow.
It is slow.
77, I beg your pardon.
I was going to say, it is so slow that someone's nerve's going to break, really. It'll boil down to an 800-metre race if they're not careful. Muir of Great Britain coming around now. She doesn't want to be left out if it's going to be fast over the last 200 metres. You've got to be very careful in these races. Someone could fall. There's a lot of nervous women out there at the moment, and you could throw a blanket over the whole field, really.
Simpson and Robury at the front, just picking it up a little bit. Well, how could they not with 77 seconds? Laura Muir, she's a gutsy performer. Front ran and won Oslo. Aragawi running in lane 2. And Genzebe Dibaba, Steve, now round, putting herself in the right position.
Here we go. Yeah, she realises that it's a problem. She moves the head now, and the pace has picked up significantly. You saw there a little bumping and boring going on. Dibaba says, no, this is not enough. Let's start making this a decent race now. After that 77 first lap, she is pouring it on.
Well, the pace is still very slow, but at least that was better. That was 68 seconds. Genzebe Dibaba in the lead. Jenny Simpson in second place, the 2011 champion, and the defending champion, Aragawi, in fourth, as Faith Kipyegon, the Commonwealth champion, comes on the outside into second place. It's Ethiopia from Kenya, from Sweden. We've got the world record holder, the Commonwealth champion, and the defending champion, first, second and third. And look at the youngster, Dawit Siyum, the world junior champion from Ethiopia, coming up onto Aragawi's shoulder into third.
And so too is Hassan coming through fast. Now this is it. It's going to be a last lap to remember here in the women's 1500 metres.
Genzebe Dibaba, the world record holder, leads. Faith Kipyegon, the Commonwealth champion, in second. Seyum, the world junior champion, in third. But don't rule out Sifan Hassan, the former Ethiopian, now representing the Netherlands, the European champion. These four with a big margin back to Aragawi, who's not going to defend her world title. Dibaba's pouring on the pace here. 200 metres to go. Kipyegon can't respond at the moment, but Sifan Hassan is coming on the outside. Can the European champion get anywhere close to the world record holder, or has Genzebe Dibaba saved her best till last? Hassan is beginning to close, but Genzebe Dibaba gritting her teeth. She's got the lead she requires here. At last, she's going to add a senior outdoor global title to her collection. A brilliant run. The world record holder becomes the world champion. Kipyegon takes the silver, Hassan the bronze, Seyum is fourth, but they were all second best to the world record holder. She was fed up with the slow pace, she went to the front, and from then on, there was only ever destined to be one winner.
That's a hard way to win a title. From the front, running almost 800 metres on your own. She knew what she had to do. She used her strength and her speed, and in the end, she just kept going further and further away. They tried hard to claw her back, but it's impossible when you're running that fast.
She'd led really for the last two laps, but just timing on the last lap, the penultimate 200 metres was the real killer, 28.5, and then she came home in 31 seconds after that for a 59.5 lap.
Well, I think the damage was done even on the third lap. That's the problem. The third lap hard, and then the last lap even harder. That's the way to break most people if it's a slow race for the first 600 or 800 metres or so.
Great run from Faith Kipyegon. It looked as though she was going to have to settle for third, but Hassan tired in the last 50 metres and left a gap on the inside for the Kenyan to come through. Great result there for Dibaba. So decorated as a junior. World junior champion on the cross-country and on the track. Multiple world record holder indoors. Great embrace between the two rival East African nations. But at last, Dibaba, deservedly so, getting herself a first world senior outdoor title. And what odds on her doubling up in the 5,000 as well.
Well, the winning time in the end, 4:08.09. But if you take away that first lap of 77, that's a very respectable time.
Genzebe Dibaba doing the windmill arms across the line. You can see the relief, the joy and the delight in her face. At last, she's got a gold, just like her sisters. Genzebe Dibaba is the world champion. Faith Kipyegon, the Commonwealth champion, a great silver for her. Hassan, the European champion, has to settle for bronze.